let me be brutally honest. I'm not saying I'm a celebrity. I know a lot of Love Islanders and they kind of wish they didn't do it. They do Love Island so often that you kind of get forgotten about. Would you ever start your own podcast? Do you secretly think you're TikTok famous? Hello everybody! Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I thought I would sit in my boot, come to basically the middle of nowhere and film a YouTube video answering all your lovely questions, and I will try and answer them as best as I can and as honest as I can. But yeah, I just thought let's do a Q&A, you know, let me be brutally honest, but let's change it up a bit, not always sitting in the living room or sitting in the bedroom or sitting in the ass or sitting in the sitting room, sitting in the boot today. I quite like this idea as well. Like if you guys obviously watch the video and end up liking this, I'll do this again. Ow, flipping balls. I'll end up doing this again. I do wish there was like a seat here though. Yes, I know I'm not touching the floor. I know I'm small. I'm not that small, but... That's what she said. Also, I feel like it's weird. I've never really sat in a boot. Look at there's like a clothes hook. Anyway, I'm getting carried away. So yeah, let's get into the questions, guys, because we've got a few. First question, have you ever lied on Gogglebox? Yes, and I'll explain why. Sorry. I've lied because I've said I've enjoyed a show and I haven't. I haven't lied awfully. If, as I said, I'm being honest, yes, I have lied. We've probably watched Architect shows or something on like a BBC Two or whatever, or the news. I've never enjoyed watching the news. Do you know what I mean? It just gets a bit boring, doesn't it? I don't think I've ever lied crazy amounts on there, but like I was 17, 18, I probably would never have enjoyed a Architect show. I might have not even watched an Architect show on there. I can't even say the word. So would you ever go back on TV if it wasn't Gogglebox? Yeah, of course I would. 100%. I'd love to do just like a cool, you know, like a is it Michael McIntyre's The Wheel or something like that? Something fun like that. You know, that's a bit of a vibe, bit of like a game show. I'd love to do like catchphrases, even though I'm so bad. Like sometimes I watch catchphrase and I just shout at the TV and it's completely wrong, but it's all part of the experience, all part of the fun. So yeah, I'd 100% love to do something else. Or do you know what I would love, because I've been watching it, Celebrity Big Brother. I'm not saying I'm a celebrity, but like, or even Big Brother in general. I think that'd be so fun. The only thing is it's a long time, but it would just be hilarious to like, imagine that, being like, yeah, man's done that still. Maybe not the still, but you know what I mean. Did you ever fake being ill to get out of filming on Gogglebox? No, I was so hungover once on my birthday that I literally couldn't film, but I'd already told them. So I think filming was on a Saturday, my birthday was on a Sunday or the Friday, but I'd gone out the night before. Because I knew I was going out, I told them I was like, I probably won't be able to film that day, and thank God I did that. So I was just in bed all day. Like I could hear everyone filming downstairs and I was absolutely wiped out. So that was clever for me, really. It's not really fake being ill, but I was just super hungover that I couldn't do it. So do you get recognised in public? Yeah, and it's actually really, really cool, not gonna lie. And I'm not trying to sound big-headed either, but it's so fun like meeting people that like watch us, or like people come up to me or the family or me and Joe and we're together and they say stuff that was like filmed 2-3 years ago. And
Joe, tell! It's the cold thing again, tell! Alright, please. Can someone let her talk? I'm really stressed right now.
One, how do you remember that? But two, like it's so cool. Like obviously people have followed and kind of seen the journeys of our like social media, like life and stuff. So it is really, really cool. I'm not gonna lie. That is what I really enjoy about it. And everyone is always nice. People say to me like, do you have people be horrible? Like maybe like 1 in 1,000 people that say, for example, have recognized me or whatever, have ever been like a bit nasty or like a sarky comment. Other than that, everyone's really nice. So I can't complain. There is no complaints that side. Every one of you guys who watch, support, follow, you're all legends. And this was never meant to be the plan, really. We just started posting videos to have a bit of fun, and now it's my job and I have a clothing brand and I get to do cool stuff with cool cars all through social media and stuff. Like it's cool. It's really, really fun. Would you go on Love Island if they asked you? I always used to say, yeah, bro, yeah, like I would. And then I know a lot of Love Islanders and people like they're friends. They're not even Love Islanders. They're just friends of mine. Best friends forever and ever. All friends. And they all say like it was great, but they kind of wish I didn't do it. Like it's a double-edged sword, because obviously you get exposure, but then I don't know, you get known for being a Love Islander, and then obviously nowadays they do Love Island so often that you kind of get forgotten about. But I wouldn't do it. The way I met Lolly is the way I think everyone should meet people. Like it was just random, and we've now built like a life together and stuff like that. So I just wouldn't do it anymore. Like I've experienced a bit more, and I've realised you don't need Love Island, because also like one of them things, who actually goes on there now to find love? Not many people. Have you ever pretended not to see someone in public like to avoid chatting with them? Yes. I know it sounds mean, but I feel like we all do this. You just look down, look at your phone. It's not that I want to, is it that I want to avoid chatting with them? Yeah, it probably is. But you know when you're like, I don't know, you're not wearing, I don't know. You just, sometimes I can't bother for a chat. So I just keep it moving and I'm like, oh, hello. And to be fair, I've only ever done the phone thing like a couple of times. But like, you know, yeah, as I said, when you're just not in the mood to talk. Some people talk for a while, maybe too long, and you just, or you're in a rush or one of them things. So yes, I have done that, but not often. But I feel like we've all done that. So don't shoot the messenger. Have you ever had an embarrassing drunk story that nobody knows about? I feel like most of the stories I've said, people know about because we've said them on the podcast. One of the really embarrassing stories I had though was when we came out of a club in Soho and I was so drunk. It's just when the air hits me, right? The club was underground. With was I with Joe? I think Joe had gone home or stayed and he was like, just go back to the flat. I was really, really drunk and apparently like my head was like falling down. I was sat on the pavement waiting for an Uber and I was like this. And then people were asking for photos, which is a bit crazy. Like, come on, man, let me live. But then I was saying yes, I was like this, and someone was like, do you want to get a photo? And I'd be like, yeah, bro, yeah. That's quite embarrassing if I think back, because the next morning I woke up and everyone's hungover and you're having breakfast or whatever, and Joe started telling me, like, do you know what happened last night or whatever? I had no idea. Wouldn't say I'm proud of, but I'm young. I was young, wild, and free. I wasn't really wild or free. It was just, I got drunk, do you know what I mean? Do you watch back your old TV clips and cringe? Some of them, yeah. Not like watch them back regularly, but like if one was to come up on a camera roll or something, I would only cringe because of what I look like. Like I was like 17, 18, big like hair, I'd wear my black studs in. And basically as well, because you couldn't wear branded stuff back then, I'd just have to buy like whatever t-shirts I could. And they wanted them to be colourful as well. So like some days I'd be wearing joggers and like a red top, and it's something I'd never ever wear on day-to-day life, whatever. And it'd obviously be aired on Channel 4 primetime TV. And I'd be like, what am I wearing? Or like, sometimes I wouldn't be able to get like a haircut. That's all part of it, you know what I mean? I look back now and I think, what the hell? I couldn't have been 17. I don't know why I keep saying 17. I was maybe 19 or 20. But still, it was a time, it was a bit of a time for me. Would you ever do stand-up comedy? I would actually love to, but I would just find the pressure of it too much.
Now I'm panicking. I'm gonna lose my job.
I might find something. Why am I sitting like this? I'm about to fall out the car. I might find something really funny, but what if the crowd don't find it funny? Another thing, hecklers, they freak me out because some people have had a drink and they're persistent to just ruin your show. Not in a bad way, sometimes they want to be the funniest person, but like, what if I'm not clapping back as good as I could be?
What do you mean by that?
And they start taking over my show. It's just hard. I'd rather just do it on TikTok if I was to do, not stand up, but like make jokes, and I can edit it and I can make it really funny instead of people being really mean. Have you ever lied about your age to get into a club? I don't think I have. And I've actually never used a fake ID or anything, like some people I know. But no, I don't think I have lied. The only thing is I've got to some clubs before that are like, oh, they're 23 and over, and I'm like, oh, I'm 22, and they've let me in.
Ooh, you're hard.
That's not my fault. That's just a charm of me. Actually, not even a club. Me and Lolly went for some drinks one time in Soho and they let us in. Don't know what clubs I've been to recently. I haven't. Would you ever go on Strictly Come Dancing? Oh my God. When we used to live at mum and dad's, I used to do some crazy dancing and just like throw my hands and stuff. I actually had rhythm. Like, I'm not even just saying it. Man had rhythm style. So I would do Strictly 100%. Dance on ice I would probably do, but I actually can't skate. So it would be like the most intense thing ever because you've got to skate and then you've got to be able to dance on skates. Like, I literally can't skate. I'm like, and like nearly fall over and like break my neck, like genuinely. So I'd give anything a go within reason. Would you ever start your own podcast? Not a fully fledged, hey guys, welcome back to, hello everybody, and welcome back to, but I definitely have an idea in my head that I want to do for a mini series on YouTube. I've got some meetings in place and I want to have some conversations where I can do short form, 20, 25 minutes, podcast-esque style Q&A with people coming in. I can't give too much away, but yeah, I've got an idea. It would be a really simple concept. I think it'd be really, really funny. And I do want to do that because I think that'd be really good. Would you ever fight someone in a charity boxing match? Oh my God, what is that plane doing? Guys, I said we're on an airfield, but there's like a plane doing like flips. What the f? Oh my God. Oh my Christ. That is absolutely terrifying. Would I ever do a charity boxing match? 100% I would. I've spoken about this before, but basically I've been told, like, if you want to be decent at it, because it's a whole new sport and you've got to train for it, it takes a lot of work. So like, I've had people say to me like, you can do it and we can get you in a ring with, I don't know, whoever we find, but you've got to spend like 6 months training. I'd have to put on all my other work aside. So all the ads I do and clothing stuff I obviously do now and things like that, you have to, giant wasp. you have to put all that on hold. So it's a tricky one. I feel like as well, not the hype's gone, because it is massive now. Like if you see Misfits, they're like sponsored by DAZN, all these people, but like the hype around it used to be crazy because it'd be like Jake Paul versus someone, but now they're like proper boxers. You don't really get that. Like everyone who started Misfits when it first started a couple years back are actually like really good boxers now, like Salt Pappy and people like that. So it's actually hard. Like I would never be able to jump in the ring with people like that because they've basically dedicated like their life to it. Like I'd never say never to it, and especially if it was for charity, that'd be a proper laugh. Do you secretly think you're TikTok famous? No, I don't know. It's like, I hate the word famous. Like I'm a content creator. I create content. I enjoy what I do, and we've amassed a following because of it. The only thing that does annoy me is people being like on the other end, like I'm famous and they've got like 50K followers, because I'm like, a lot of people can have that following. It doesn't mean you're famous. I wouldn't class myself famous. That's why I earlier said like not even the celebrity Big Brother, because I don't class myself as that. I've just got a following. Yes, I get recognized, but I think famous people are like Leonardo DiCaprio and that. I wouldn't even call myself a Z-lister. There's not even enough letters in the alphabet to think what I am, but I just enjoy what I do. I have fun. We've amassed a following from it. I think I'll leave that as the last one. I tried to answer as many as I could there. I had a coffee earlier and it's given me indigestion. I've had indigestion all day. Popped a couple of Rennies, it's done nothing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you from the boot. If you want to see another video like this in another location, we can easily do that. I don't know where we'll drive to, but we can drive somewhere and do it. So you let me know if you've enjoyed it. That is it from me for this week's video. If you have liked this, as I said, like, comment and subscribe. Ugh. See you later, guys.